This year, we're so proud to honor Representative Phillip Lowe with our Green Tie Award for House Conservation Leadership. Congratulations.
Phillip's views with conservation, I think, are directly related to how he's grown up. You know, everybody who knows him knows he's an outdoorsman, he's a sportsman, he's a hunter, he likes to fish. He just likes to be outside, and so more than anybody probably in the General Assembly, you know, he knows firsthand when it comes to conservation how important it is and how the entire part of our state, you know, needs to be able to experience that in the beauty of outdoor.
Phillip is the $50 million man. When the bank was reauthorized, the opposing forces tried to starve it to death, leaving only enough funding to keep the doors open. Mr. Lowe is the Budget Subcommittee Chairman for the Conservation Bank in the House Ways and Means Committee, and he leads the effort to fund putting conservation on the ground in South Carolina. Over the last two budget cycles, the General Assembly has appropriated in excess of $50 million for the bank's efforts. We have Phillip Lowe to thank for that.
Representative Lowe has been in office since 2007, and he chairs the Criminal Justice Subcommittee of Ways and Means, which oddly enough deals with a lot of land conservation issues at DNR and the Conservation Bank. So he's taken real leadership in the land conservation space. He has championed funding, unprecedented levels of funding for land conservation between those agencies. He's looked to reinstate the deed stamp funding mechanism for the Conservation Bank and has just overall been a champion for that cause.
So for the past few years, I've been able to work with Phillip on the Ways and Means Committee, and he's very well respected, very well thought of. He's a chairman of a subcommittee, and it's an important subcommittee because it's where the Conservation Bank is funded, and he makes it known where he wants that funding to be, and he's always been an advocate. And being a chairman, he yields a lot of weight, and so it helps when we need the votes to get what we need to do.
If Phillip had not been in the South Carolina General Assembly, we likely would not have a conservation bank today. 5 years ago, the bank had to be reauthorized, and there were powerful forces in the General Assembly that wanted to see it discontinued. Phillip pushed and pleaded and cajoled always patiently and from within to convince his colleagues that the preservation of open land was a goal for all of us, just as worthy of value for Republicans as for Democrats, and the bank survived.
Phillip's been a champion for the conservation movement, particularly this last legislative cycle. You know, whether it's him being a chairman of important committees with SCDNR and the Conservation Bank, or whether it's been his ability to have a view from a real outdoorsman, a sportsman, an avid individual who loves the outdoors. He fights tirelessly for the community and to get things done, and he's able to work collaboratively for his years of experience being here in the General Assembly.
Representative Lowe set the bar high last year. In 2022, we had a ton of money set aside because that bar was set so high, and they're going to be able to do fabulous things with that money.
Phillip likes to include everybody, not just in the benefits of conservation and any kind of legislation we have, but in the collaborative process of what it takes to pass a bill, particularly bills that have this wide impact throughout the state. We want to make sure that any and everybody who's a citizen can benefit for years to come, not just a select group of people.
He believes in leaving a better world for those who come after us. That servant leadership has put his belief into action for conservation in South Carolina.
Congratulations, Phillip, on an honor that's well deserved. You join a distinct group of House members and senators here in South Carolina, and it's an honor to work alongside you and call you a friend.